What's up, everyone? So, Shop Devo. We haven't had one in a while, so I just wanted to come out here and just do a Devo. So of some things that I had in my brain the last couple days. So, um, I had this statement: significant growth doesn't happen overnight. Um, I've been playing with that saying, and one of the things that I've thought about was, you know, when you have a child that's growing up, the parents don't really see the kid growing because they see them every day. They've been around them, so it's so gradual that they don't see the growth. Now, another family member that may only see them once a month, every time that they see them, they can see a difference in their growth. And then it's like some family members that you may only see once a year, and then they're just mind blown by how fast they're growing. So they're only seeing them a little at a time instead of every day. So for us growing in whatever we do, if we're looking at it every single day, we're not seeing anything. But then when we look back at, months, years, we start seeing the growth happen, and we're like, whoa, how did I get from this point to that point? So, I've been kind of thinking about it with me personally the last 2-3 years. You know, probably last 4 years, we, are now at our church that we are at now. We are enjoying it, growing so much from it. But when I look back to when I started there and where I was spiritually, physically, mentally, and now I look at myself, it's a big difference. I was talking to one of our pastors the other day, and he was like, man, I knew for years, we would talk about work and the situations of family and life and everything. And he says, now to see where you're at. And, for me, I don't really notice it until I start looking back at where I was and now where I'm at, the growth that I had from that. It's crazy. Because when I started there, I wasn't big at, going and talking to anybody and everybody, building relationships with people. That was hard for me. But now it's very simple. It's easy. But it's the growth that took days, weeks, months, years of me going through things, the hills and valleys that just kept me going up. That's what helped me with my growth. So spiritually, I'm better than I've ever been. Physically, I feel like I'm in a good shape now. That back a few years ago, I was always tired. I was always I didn't want to do nothing. And mentally, it has been so freeing with doing this new company, making my own hours, making my own decisions. I've always had to be behind someone, either a company or a person or whatever. So now I'm making all the decisions, and some of them are hard. Some of them are very hard. What do I want to get into? What do I want to stay away from? What are things that I need to spend money on? What are things that we need to save money on? A lot of things that I haven't never had to do, but now, we're trying to figure out this business, and just like the other day, having to get magnets for the truck to put our phone number and our logo and everything on the truck, because that's what I need to be out just while I'm driving. It's on the side of my truck. It's, it was an expense, but then I have to look at, all right, let's see how many phone calls I get. How many responses online do we get? That kind of thing. So it's growth. So I'm asking the question to you guys with this Shop Devo. Do you see yourself growing? So don't just look at today. Look back weeks, months, years, and see where you were. And if you're growing, then you are actually, on the climb up. Now, if you're seeing them and you're like, man, I'm not growing, I'm not where I need to be. Well, from some things that you could be looking at is, one, who are you hanging out with? Is people putting words of life into you or putting destruction into you? I've had many people put words of life into me, and now I'm looking at it as that was the saving grace for me, is to have those people in my life when I needed them, because it was hard. There was about a year or two that it was really hard. I'm not gonna lie, it was, I hated going to work. And it wasn't that, it was not all the people, it wasn't, it wasn't what I was called to do. And I knew it. I knew that in the back of my head, when I was in school and all, I was always wanting to have my own business. I was always wanting to, do something of my own, but I always needed to take care of the family, take care of me. So I never did take that step. But when I finally could take that step, God opened the door, but He had to prepare me in that growth. So where are you in your life right now? Those are the questions that we need to look at if we want to spiritually, mentally, physically grow. So, significant growth doesn't happen overnight. But when you start really looking back at the past and where you are now, you'll see the growth. It may not be very big. It may not be substantial that you're like, oh man, this is what happened. It may not be where you're looking at it as, we started this company last year, and it's taking care of our family. It's paid the bills. It's not making us rich. It's not, making us go fully debt free yet. And I say yet because one day I want to be able to have this company running for my family. And then I can take a step back and rest when I get in the older age. But that's the biggest thing. Significant growth doesn't happen overnight. So if you're feeling like you're not growing and you're like every day trying to make yourself better, and you just feel like, man, I'm not growing, look farther than just today, because it doesn't happen overnight. It takes time. It's taken me a long time to be where I'm at right now. I was just talking to my son yesterday about it, like how 3 years ago, I would not be walking into people's houses talking to them, having the ideas that I have in my head right now of projects and stuff. I wouldn't have done it. I wasn't prepared. I hadn't grown to that level. So tonight, that's what we're, gonna throw it out there. We're on Facebook, we're on Instagram, LinkedIn, TikTok. So we're going to be throwing all these videos out to everybody on YouTube and Instagram, and share it on Facebook and all. So that way we can really get to just start a conversation. So in the comments, put your comment in there. Maybe you're looking at me and going, yeah, right, you're not right on that. Significant growth does happen overnight. And if it does, let me know. If not, let's get the conversation going. I'd love to be able to chat with y'all about this topic. It's been a long time since we did a shop Devo, but hey, we're doing one tonight, and we love it. So like, share, subscribe, so you can see everything that we got going on. These are raw, these are unedited, so you got the ums and the and me not knowing what I'm talking about, but I want to make them raw for you so you can understand, hey, it's not all, everything's planned out and everything has to be looking just right, because this shop is horrible, but we're just doing it to get the conversation going. We love y'all. Thank you for the support, and we'll be talking to you again.